All right, one thing that I like to do as we go through the playoffs is take a look not just at the teams moving forward, which I like to do later in the week as we prepare for next round, but take a look at the teams that unfortunately got beat in that round of the playoffs. Because to me as a player, I always wanted to know why. Why? What happened? What didn't we do? What didn't I do well enough to help us advance? And so I talked about how I thought the Chargers were going to be mad at themselves when they go back and watch this particular tape, because there were opportunities out there that they didn't take, and specifically with Justin Herbert. And he has played above and beyond this year. His offensive line has been banged up. He's taken a beating. And I understand how all of that can start to affect how you play at the quarterback position. It's a mental thing. It's a human thing. When you get hit, you think you're going to get hit the next time, and it can take you out of your game. And I really felt like that's what happened in this game. So I'm going to take you through, I think it's 24 plays from this game, 24 pass plays in this game, where I felt like there was opportunities there for Justin Herbert that he didn't take or he was impatient on. There's also some scheme things that I thought really hurt them, in this game, especially against pressure. So let's take a look back at some of the things that cost the Chargers from having the ability to move on. And again, people always have to remember that this stuff is not to attack a team or attack a player. It's simply to address some of the issues and show people what's going on. And I always say, hopefully this gets back to some of the peoples with the Chargers, and maybe there's some things that they want to challenge or look at or ask themselves that can help them improve moving forward. That to me is the beauty of doing all of this stuff. I do it as much to teach and hopefully to help, as anything else. And so let's take a look right here, okay? And so this is a play that the Chargers run all the time, and it's a play that I call Pylon. So it's going to be a deep pylon route here, and then it's going to be a flat corner, and then it's going to be a flat here. So idea is we'd love to get the deep corner, the pylon corner if we can. If not, we're going to come out and get this high-low with the corner and the flat. But one thing that they do in this offense is they give this guy right here a lot of freedom on particular routes. And this is what Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce call gray routes. And so it's routes where they say, okay, this is what it's designed to do, but we're going to give you a little gray area. If you feel like there's somebody out there in your spot, just kind of get open. So they ask or allow Ladd McConkey to do that within this offense. So he's supposed to be running a corner route right here. And he's going to come out and he's going to see defensive bodies over here. So what's he do? He pulls up. Okay, but what you have to realize when you do these gray type routes and you pull up, what happens? You pull up in front of this guy so the quarterback can't throw it. He doesn't really want to throw the flat because this guy's out here. And so we never truly get the high-low that we want. What we want is we want to put pressure on one defender, conflict defender, so the quarterback can read it and make a play. Okay, and so by running these gray routes, if the receiver is wrong here, it puts the pressure back on the quarterback to have to salvage it. Now, you can see how quickly Justin Herbert is off of this right now. Now, I don't know why he's off of this. Like, why are you've got exactly what you want. Even if you're not sure what this guy's doing yet, you've got what you want. You're going to have a high-low over here, and you guys can see it right here. There's the throw anyways. That defender that I have circled is falling back. His hips are turned inside. The flat is the throw right here. I don't know what is back here that he's looking for. Maybe the check down over, but no need to get off of this. You have a great pocket. Step up. Let it play out and see if you can get one of these primary throws on the front side. Instead, he comes off of it really quick, and it becomes a little rush around the corner right here. And so this was what I mentioned in my tweet about the impatience of Justin Herbert at times, okay? The lack of a hot situation. I have no idea what they're doing protection-wise right here because they're motioning the tight end over here as if he's going to block. So if he's going to block, you're going to leave him the end man on the line of scrimmage, and you would want your offensive line to go to the next five guys, leaving this guy free. Okay, so instead, they bring the tight end over, and then the entire offensive line slides back here, and the tight end's here, and we leave two guys free to the front side. So they were going to be hot anyways, because it's more of a blitz zero type look, man-to-man on the back end. And so the question becomes, however you're going to do it, whether you're hot off the inside guy or the outside guy, where's your hot throw? What are you doing? Where is the quick throw? And we got to have an answer. And so you see Justin right here. He sees it, and I know it's coming, but it's almost as if it surprises him. Like, oh my gosh, here they come. Okay, they're coming. Fade away. Fade away. You've got a quick little out route right here. Maybe you've got this shallow coming here, which he actually throws later in the game. Does a nice job in a hot situation of throwing a backside shallow by buying time. But whatever it is, we've got to have an answer. The answer can't be, oh my gosh, it's pressure. It's hot. It's got to be, okay, if they come and if somebody's free, because as I said, even if they block this correctly, somebody's coming free and you're hot, fade away, find a way to make the quick throw. There it is right here. Ladd McConkey is breaking, and you just got to find a way to buy enough time. And again, not a huge fan. I'd like these guys to have a little better plan of being able to speed this up. Oh, we got pressure. Break out, break in. Give the quarterback something a little bit quicker. I would love that, and that's what I talk about all the time, having a pressure plan. But regardless, you see Justin is just, he's just surprised that he's hot. You can't be surprised. You have to have a plan. You have to be ready for it. You have to understand your protections. You got to be ready to get the ball out of your hands. And instead, it becomes a knockdown play right here and an ad lib and try to create something and take hits. And it looks as if, oh my gosh, the offensive line's not doing their job. And to some degree, they're not doing their job because they've messed this up with, 5 guys back here blocking 4 and leaving 2 free on the front side. But it's more about, hey, we have an unblocked guy, quarterback, got to get the ball out of your hands. And as I always say, not just quarterback, scheme has to give him an opportunity to get the ball out of his hands. Okay, so this is a coverage that the Patriots run a lot, okay? And so all it is what I call too high, all right? So what do I mean by that? They're going to go to a cover 2 shell, and if anybody's familiar with Tampa 2, normally you have a Mike linebacker here that will run to the deep middle, and he'll play the deep middle almost like a cover 3. If somebody presses the middle of the field, he's the guy responsible for it. Okay, in too high, they're going to use a high player, a safety type player, to be that middle linebacker type. So we're going to roll, we're going to play outside linebacker, and then this would be our Mike linebacker. He's already deeper, okay, so it almost looks like a cover 3 version of cover 3, but he's going to come down and he's really playing a cover 2 look. Okay, so it's something that you see all over now. Too high. A lot of teams play too high. All right, so what do we have here? We're going to have a 2-on-1 over here. So we're basically going to have goes to that side. And so if you get cover 2, that's what you're always looking at, is you're saying, okay, where do I have a 2-on-1 on the safety in this particular look? And where can I get a throw? Okay, so we drop back here. You see, good protection right there. Good protection. I have no idea why he's going back here right now. Okay, now maybe he says, okay, cover 2. I'm going to go to the high-low backside. I can live with that. In routes are good against cover 2. They're playing soft because it's a 3rd and long situation. No problem. But what I would love for him to do is go, okay, it's too high. Let me at least peek and see if I can get the 2-on-1, because what you notice with this high player is he doesn't play it like cover 3. He comes down and he kind of flat foots it there, and he's ready to jump anything down the middle of the, that's kind of underneath in the middle of the field. So he's flat footed right here. There is a huge window right here to take a shot to Ladd McConkey. And again, we've got good protection. He's got the ability to stand in there and possibly make that throw down the field. Again, I don't hate that he came back to this in route. Nothing wrong with that. To me, if I got cover 2, I'd always want to try to peek and see if I can get the 2-on-1, especially with the 3rd and long, because that's going to give me the best opportunity to pick this up. And you see it. There it is. There's the shot. down the field, okay? Instead, we're going to come down to the check down. Again, 3rd and long. Maybe I'm not forcing it. Maybe he talked himself into getting the check down anyways. But an opportunity there for a big play that I've seen this guy make a million times. With his ability, there is no doubt he makes that throw if he sees it and decides to take that opportunity. Said we're going to come to the check down, and we get close, but not quite there and end up having to punt. And that's the other thing, is that just because I'm showing some of these doesn't mean they're all easy. Doesn't mean they're all gimmies. All I'm trying to show you guys is that there was a number of plays where there were opportunities out there to take advantage of, and they just weren't able to take advantage of it in this game. Okay? Anybody who follows me knows I am not a mesh fan. Okay? Not a mesh fan. Okay? So what is mesh? Mesh is simply when you have two guys that are running shallow routes, and they're trying to run them kind of shoulder to shoulder. We're creating a mesh between those two guys, and we're hoping to get man-to-man coverage and force one of the defenders to have to bubble over the top and get one of those shallow routes open, okay? And normally what comes along with the mesh is a deep OTB, what we call over the ball, 10 to 12 yards, and then some sort of, something on the outside that's working to hold these outside guys. So I'm not a big mesh fan. Obviously, the mesh portion of it can be really good against man-to-man coverage, but I really don't like it at the NFL level against zone coverage. So they get down to the red zone, and they call mesh, and again, boom, 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 boom. Everything is X'd out. This is probably the only shot you have is to throw it to Ladd and hope that he can make somebody miss, but hard to get to that guy because we're trying to read this mesh over the ball, especially down in the red zone where these safeties can squeeze. You better get man-to-man because you're not giving your quarterback any real answer down here. They get zone. There's nowhere to go. And Justin just got to tuck it and run. And so it's a favorite play of a lot of people, but this is just a great example to me of why I don't like mesh because it's not good against everything. And if you get stuck with zone coverage, your quarterback really has nowhere to go. Okay? Have a pressure plan, have a pressure plan, have a pressure plan. I don't want this to be the pressure plan. Just run around and hopefully I can buy enough time and make a throw. Give me a plan. Give me something that you're going to do. If nothing else, hey, feel these guys disappear and inside guy, give me an option. Okay? Come out, boom, speed this up a little bit. Something that can make an easy throw for my quarterback. But nobody's looking right now, and Justin knows there's a guy coming free in the B gap. It's another thing that I would love. But again, they kind of come and hit it late. But you'd love for them to be able to squeeze this and not leave a guy inside free, leave an outside guy free. But nonetheless, we're hot. We don't really have a good answer for the hot. Justin's here, stuck, nowhere to go with the football, against pressure, and this was a theme all game long. We're going to bring pressure. We're going to force them to beat us with a throw, and they've got no adjustment, nothing that they're going to do right here. You know, it's another thing is we can go here, and then we can have a hot adjustment too, where it's like, hey, if you're looking inside and you see everybody disappear, boom, just follow in his wake and give the quarterback a throw, a quick throw to get the ball out of his hands. Push it in here and then going out here or running corner route. Like, that stuff takes so long, especially when they've got a guy in the B gap that the quarterback is simply on the run and you're hoping that he can just salvage it, and it's a really hard thing to do. And I believe that was the play that was 4th down that they went for it down there in the red zone. No hot plan. Got to throw it away. Give the ball back to the Patriots. No points on the board. Okay, so this is a pretty typical route that everybody runs. Pure progression type route. Stick flat, cross, in. It's a staple across the league. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we're just going to read it pure progression in this particular case. So we're going to come out left. Nope, nope. Got it covered. Now, you probably got a shot at the flat if you want it right there. Put it on him right now. He turns the corner, gets 3, 4, 5 yards there. But okay, I understand. You don't like it. This guy's running hard down to it. Okay, here comes number 3. Here comes number 3. Boom, right there. There it is. And you see, Justin's already ready to take off here. He's ready to move. He's starting to move, but look at number 3. Look at number 3 right there. Boom, there's your throw. There's your throw right there on the cross. He's moving. Now he salvages this one as he buys time. Good job by Ladd to turn around, and we get a nice big play. But the point is, not even giving these things the time. Like, he's peeking at it right there. Okay, stay with it. You've got leverage. You've got everything you want. Just let him come open and put the ball on him. Again, a throw that I've seen him make a million times. Now, this could be a product of pure progression, which is one of the things that I always say with pure progression is that if you're trying to get through this 1, 2, 3, 4, that sometimes you move too fast. And so it's 1, 2, and then you get to 3 and you glance at it, but I got to get to 4 just to see if it's open. And maybe he rushes through this too fast because of that. But either way, there's his opportunity right there on this cross, all this space right here. And we missed that opportunity as well. But like I said, good job here, buying time. Good job by his receiver working with them and them creating a nice play off of it. Okay, so concept here looks to be a cross or an over right here. So we're going to try to grab this backside safety, especially when we're in a too high safety look. And then we're going to run a double post combination off of it. So I'm going to come out. I'm going to read the backside safety. If the backside safety clamps on this cross or over, then I'm going to get a 2-on-1 off of this safety up top. Okay, so we get the play fake. We come off. We get what we want. This guy turns his hips. Read this safety. Here's the throw. Right there. Huge throw. You can see Justin already moving. He's already moving, okay? And so buying time, figuring out a way to stay a little bit more comfortable. You get a quick read on the backside safety. There's your throw. There's your big throw. Huge opportunity. I mean, look at this. This is good protection. Better protection than he's had all year long. Slide a little bit. Find your throw. Make your throw. You've got a big play opportunity that may score here if you just settle in and make the throw. Zetos gets a completion here, but this was the impatience that I was talking about in the pocket on things that I've seen him do all year long, and he didn't do very well in this game. Okay, the pressure situations over and over and over again. Okay, so here it's a nice pressure. Okay, so what we're looking at is 2 outside the defensive end, or the offensive tackle. Okay, so we're going to squeeze everything down. They bring 2 outside. I've got to take a hot. So we've got the flat here, which is normally going to be our hot, and then we're going to bring a shallow from the backside is really the other option we have for a hot. So Patriots do a nice job here. They bring the pressure. I'm hot. They do a nice job of covering this. Okay, so, I mean, but the bottom line is we can't take a sack. So even if you don't have a good answer, the best answer is just throw it away. Okay, just throw it away or stick it on your flat guy and see if you can get a yard, or find a way to buy a little bit of extra time and see if I can get my shallow coming across and get some sort of positive completion right here. Now, I think he does end up throwing this somehow, getting this out and getting away. Good job there with 2 guys hanging on him and the back being right in front of him. But again, another example of losing the pressure battle in this particular game. Okay, so see Justin taking off again. So here's what we got. We've got a choice 7. Okay, so this has a chance to hook and I think break out as well. I'd always like to see my guys break out if I've got a 7 route or a corner route over the top so I can high-low this outside defender. But regardless, as we come out, boom, he turns outside. And look how Justin's already off of this, okay? He's got to throw here one way or another. He's got to throw right now, or he's got to throw, if he wants to throw this outside this corner, more towards the sideline, he's got to throw to the corner route as well. But he's got to throw over here. I'm not sure what took him off so quickly. I mean, look at this. It's a glance, and he's gone. He's off. You know, he's going to get a chance for a high-low here anyways. Just stay with it and give it a chance to play out, or stick it on your underneath guy because the corner is 4 or 5 yards over the top of him. Something, because you've got everything you want. You've got 2-on-1 over here. Somebody is going to be open. But again, we're moving quickly and going to create and not allowing the offense to really work for us, even though, once again, find it completion, great. I love the positives, but this was the theme for me in this game, was the impatience and moving too fast through the things within the structure of the offense. Okay, and there's quick pressure here, no question about it, right? He's not a clean pocket. But we're going to run double seam, gives us stops on the outside, okay? Against the quarters coverage, okay? Quarters coverage, with the safeties are inside. It's really tough to throw the seams because we got to get inside these safeties that are taught to prevent us from getting inside. We've got to get around outside linebackers. So when I get quarters, I like to look and go, okay, I'm coming right outside to one of my stops. I know it. As long as those outside linebackers don't go screaming out there to undercut the stop, which normally they don't because their responsibility is not really to do that. Come out and hit your stop. Just come out, and he comes out. Look, he's set. He's set. It looks to me like he's set to the outside. Now, he might be looking inside, but here, again, this is why you don't look inside. These guys are taught to take away the inside of number 2. So it's why you don't look inside, because it's hard. Here's your one-on-one look to the outside. Get back, take your quick hitch, let the ball go. Let the ball go. And again, I understand he's got pressure right now, but we can't wait until this comes out of it. I got to know the timing, get back, quick hitch. I got my one-on-one. There's the stop on the outside. Going to convert and move the chains, and instead, we're taking a sack. Take a little deeper drop, okay? If that's not the right timing on your drop to let this throw go, take a little deeper drop. Buy yourself a little more space, knowing the one-on-one is on the outside. There's the throw, and it's going to be an easy completion if you just get right there against quarters. All right, so this particular play, it looks like they're going to run kind of a seam inside. So it's going to be cross here, a seam here, and then it looks like a go right here by Keenan Allen. And then on the backside, they're running a post with Johnston, okay? So in this particular case, what I'm going to do, if I've got the post on the backside, I have to assume, and based on the eyes of Justin, what we're going to do is we're going to come back and we're going to look at this guy right here, okay? So if that guy turns and runs with the post, then we're going to recover to that seam that's coming in that direction to our check down. If that safety turns to the 3-by-1 side and settles his feet right there and is waiting for that over to come, take your post. Take your post shot over the top. So his eyes go to the backside. He's looking at the backside. Look what this safety does. There is nobody in the middle of the field right here. He's got everything he wants. Again, I don't know how they teach this. I don't know what, but to me, if you get quarters, that's what I'm looking at. If you're going to put a post back there, it's the only way it makes sense to me. If we're putting a post back there to see if we can grab that safety, or we're just going to replace the safety from the front side. Good pocket. Once again, got everything he wants. Gets the safety there. There's your throw. There's your post throw. Goodness gracious. I mean, like, he's got the whole field to throw this. And again, to me, good protection right there, but he's moving. He's moving again already. Leads to a sack. And again, I'm not going to say it's easy when you've been beat up and you've had issues up front all year long. But I always use the adage, you got to trust the guys when they give you no reason to trust them. Because if you stop trusting them as a quarterback and you start worrying about pressure and dropping your eyes and looking for how I can escape, this is the stuff that happens. You miss opportunities, and you're like dead in the water here because you can't play the game the way you need to play the game to be successful. And that's seeing it and getting the ball out. Knowing we're not going to protect, great. I got to see it quicker. I got to get the ball out. I got to have perfect timing. I got to know what I'm looking at. All of those different things. And another huge missed opportunity right here that not only is a missed opportunity, but it leads to a sack as well. Okay, so here's another play. We're coming back with, let's see, they run a go or a post. Okay, so kind of the Poco combination or Pogo combination. He's going to clear. We're going to run this, and then we're going to get a flat out here. So it's the high-low right here that we're looking for. Okay, Patriots drop, coverage down here, perfect, exactly what we want. Rotation to the other side. Now it's going to come down to my high-low on this defender right here. Come back. There it is. It's coming. This guy's coming flat. This guy's going. Stand in the pocket. Hold in the pocket. I've seen you do this all year long. Hold in the pocket. You might take a hit, but here's your throw. Big play coming right here. There it is. There's the big play. And it said, again, impatient. Drop it down to the back here. But if I'm coming out and I see the clear out, I'm reading this guy. I already know that I've got the corner throw. I already know that I've got it. So I'm going to buy a little bit of time, let my guy get out of it. I'm going to lay it out there a little early with some air because there's nobody else that can take it away. And we miss a big opportunity right there for a 2 or 3 yard gain. Ugh. All right, so really like this play design right here. Keenan Allen's going to come up and run a hook. Not sure who this is on the outside. He's going to run it in, so it's a wrap combination, the hook and the wrap combination, the quick in. And then they're going to use Ladd McConkey to step up here, and then he's going to run a shoot. So if we get man, we're going to get a pick right there. We can read the inside combination, but what we're really looking for is this shoot down the sideline if we can get it. Okay, so get it here, and we take off. Boom. We got everything we want. We got exactly what we want. Right there. Slide up in the pocket. Slide up. You don't need to take off. You don't need to take off. There's a good pocket right there. He's pushing past. This is here. Just slide up. Slide up. Eyes down the field, okay? Be ready to, if it's this one, be ready to hit the wrap back behind it, okay? If you feel the corner condense, be ready for this one right here. But you see, as he's stepping up, that's probably a touchdown. If he sees this, and he's set in the pocket and lays that up over and puts a good ball on him, that's going to be a huge play and possibly a touchdown. Now, he gets there, moving out of the pocket, but now the throw is short and it's knocked away at the last second. Just slide up. Don't need to take off. You don't have to take off. You got a good window right there to step up, read this thing out. And another huge missed opportunity in this game. All right, so a little play action right here. Okay, play action. Ladd's going to kind of work the middle of the field. They're going to run a corner or come back out here, and then the play action, and we got to check down here. So not a lot going on this particular play. Okay, so really just a simple two-man route to a check down. No problem. But as you come out on this particular play, okay, as I come out, okay, depending on how they read it with the corner route, I always like to look and see if that guy's sitting outside. That guy's sitting outside my corner route. I'm going to think I'm going to work inside down to my check down if I have it. Now he loses his check down right here, but being able to work inside. There it is. There's your throw. Okay, so you'd be having to work this guy right here. You got a guy under and a guy over here. You got to work the inside guy. Nice job working to the window, but coming back. And it looks to me as if he's looking at it. He's looking down the middle. There's not a lot of options right here. There's your throw. There's your throw right there. Take it. You got to drive it. You got to put it in there. And again, we're trying to create. We're trying to make a throw down the field and almost hit it. But right there's nothing else. You got nothing else on this particular play. Outside, you don't like it because this guy buzzed underneath it or whatever. You're right back inside. Find the window. Find the window. Make the throw. Move the chains. Okay, I just put this on here because this is what everybody does. They run a lot of choice routes here, so he's going to run a choice route and he's going to stick it. Again, this guy's got the ability to do a lot of different things. But what I really hate is when people run choice routes and they run the outside guy on a go route. Because if the quarterback goes over there, which he does right here, he goes to see if he can get Keenan Allen. He doesn't like the look of Keenan Allen. He gets squeezed. Okay? So what do I mean by get squeezed? That means both underneath defenders over there squeeze him, right? So it's here and here. We don't really have anywhere to go. They're clamping him. Okay? So now, quarterback, what are you going to do? Well, you're going to give me a go route here, so I'm not really going to recover to the go route. I don't like to recover to a go route, so now I got to work somehow to the backside, and I got to find somebody open. What I always used to like to do on this is push this guy and let him run a comeback. So I can come out here as a quarterback, and I can keep my eyes to one side. I don't have to turn and try to find something back over here that I'm not reading, that I don't know when it's open. I don't know the timing of it. I want to stay on that side. So if this guy goes running underneath the comeback, then this guy's going to be open. If that guy squeezes to the choice, then I'm going to have one-on-one on my comeback out here. I'm going to put a good comeback runner out there, and I'm going to be able to work inside out as a quarterback, keep my eyes and feet lined up, and I'll be in good shape. So again, here's what he has to do. Okay, choice isn't there. I got to turn back. I got to flip my, watch out quickly. Okay, no, flip my eyes. Okay, I got to flip my eyes. Now, it's easy to say, well, maybe the throw is right here. But do you realize how hard it is to look to the right-hand side and then flip my eyes and try to verify where all these defenders are? Because I wasn't looking over there. I don't know what was going on that side of the field. I was expecting to throw the choice route. It's not there. I got to come back quickly. And again, one of my problems with pure progression, start on one side, get back to the other. How do you verify and on time for all of that stuff? Really hard thing to do. And really, nobody really open back here anyways. But it's hard. Throw a comeback on the outside. I got exactly what I want. Clamp right there, one-on-one on the outside. My guy's got to win the one-on-one battle. My quarterback can stay there. He can feel comfortable. He doesn't have to bounce back and try to verify and figure out some kind of throw and then take off. Nice job here, making a positive play out of nothing. All right, so all I can do on some of these plays is look at the quarterback's eyes. So it looks like down here, they're going to run kind of a wrap pump. So fake the wrap in and pump it. Okay? I like it. Take a shot. See if you can get a double, see if you can get the safety to jump it and get the double move down here. And on the top, they're going to run basically this particular concept over here. All right? So this one again, I don't know if I want to put this fully on Justin, but I just look at his eyes. So his eyes go left right here. Okay? So you see it. He's set. Everything says left. Okay, so if that's the case, just throw it to Keenan Allen. If you're truly looking to that side and reading that side first, this is another one where I say, why are we not throwing that to Keenan Allen? Now, he might just be because sometimes we'll have plays where it's like, okay, I want you to look the guys to the left-hand side. So maybe we're trying to look this safety to that side, and so we can come back and get this double move. I can live with that because sometimes that is how we do things, okay? So I'm not really sure why we have this and what that answers necessarily if we're going to go to the double move over here. But he was open. He was looking over there, so this was another one I put on there as a possible missed opportunity to the left-hand side. Now he might just be holding out saying, I'm going to try to get the double move, and obviously the Patriots do a great job of running back and taking that away, so it's not there. So this could just be scheme-oriented that, again, forces us to go through things and him having to make a play. I'm not sure if this is the sled combination, which is a swing with a lead. If it is, I'd love him to kick it out there because we can get a lead blocker right here. But it looks like the tight end is also coming back inside, so maybe he was supposed to be a check down inside. I'm not really sure. Again, another nice job, creating something with your legs here. But just what I'm saying is within the offense, if this is the first option for you, take it, throw it, complete it. Let him turn the corner and get what he can get in that particular situation. If you're not just holding out and saying, I'm just looking guys off and I'm going to take the double move, which maybe is what he's trying to do. Okay, so here's another one. They're going to bring pressure, and you're going to run a quick out. And actually on this one, they run a quick out and a stop right here. So similar to what I was talking about with the choice. This could be a choice with the comeback. Awesome. Okay. But first thing is, quarterback's already set. Justin is already set. This guy is 5 yards away from Ladd McConkey and he's inside. Throw the ball. Complete the ball. Throw it to him right here. Like, there's the completion. We got to take it. Got to be willing to take it. And then the problem I have on the outside is if you're going to do this comeback, you got to do this comeback deeper than that. So let's see where the ball is. The ball is right there at the 47-yard line. Okay, so let's see where Johnston ends up. Okay, he runs to the 40. So that's a 13-yard route. So we're running a 5-yard, 6-yard out with a 13-yard route over the top of it. Okay, nearly an impossible throw for the quarterback that if I'm going to try to throw this to the stop, this guy's going to be able to peel off and possibly intercept that ball. Like, again, some of these things, not all on Justin, some of these things I just question some of the play design. I'd like this guy to be on an 18-yard comeback. So now I get 5 yards and I get 18 yards. So I've got a nice little difference between the two that if this guy comes down and covers this tight where I can't throw that, I should have plenty of space to be able to get it up and over the top of him. So spacing, timing, understanding how those things work together. But biggest thing here is Justin set, throw it, get your completion. You got to take it right here. And instead, once again, we're just holding the football, and I don't know what we're seeing and what we're doing, but so many missed opportunities here. And yeah, again, a nice job. And yes, the pressure gets there. And this is kind of what I was saying is like when we're holding the football, when there's guys open, pressure is going to get there. It's going to happen at some point if we're not taking the things that are there within timing and structure of the offense. So yes, pressure starts to get there and starts to close down. It's always going to do that. But we should have this ball out of our hands at this point instead of Justin having to just run around and salvage every play with his feet. All right. So we're trying to get a double move again. So we're going to come out and run a hitch. And a lot of people will run this, a sprint, and they'll run the corner route. Okay, and so they're going to sprint this and run the corner post. So they're going to try to get whatever safety is over here to bite on the corner, and then they're going to come back and run the post. They run this all the time and get a lot of big plays off of it. But as a quarterback, I'm going to come off, and as soon as I get here, okay, what I'm looking at is this right here. That guy is 35 yards deep in the middle of the field. We are not getting this throw. Okay, so I got to come out as a quarterback, and Justin, you see, eyes down the field. He's seeing this already, okay? So as he sees that, he needs to go, okay, that one's off. That one's dead. We don't have it. Get back to your in route, okay? This either happens right now or it doesn't happen. Like you either come and take it, or by the time you get back there late, they're going to have a guy underneath it. So that's really just you come out and take it if it's there. But with a double move, we're not going to do that. We're going to go look for the double move. So no problem. Come back. Look at the safety. Safety is high and deep. We don't have it. Recover back to your in quickly. You got good protection right there. Got everything you want. Look at this huge window right here for another huge throw, a big chunk throw that's going to take him down to about the 20-yard line. And we don't take it. We don't take it. We're moving again. End up throwing it away. It just... Again, this was what I was talking about with kind of the impatience of Justin inside the pocket when there were opportunities for big plays and there was good protection on a lot of these plays. And man, we just left a lot of stuff out there if you're the Chargers. Okay, so now we come back right here. And again, I'm not fully sure what the play is here. Okay, it looks like a version of the seam concept. So this guy running through that backside seam, and these guys, how they do this? Do they switch this? Let's see. Yeah, and then they switch it. So this guy running through the backside seam, and then these guys switch seam it. So this guy becomes the seam guy here, and then this guy becomes the stop route out there. Okay, so we talked about that with quarters before. double seams on the inside, stop routes on the outside. So they're doing this with basically a 3-man side here, okay? So as a quarterback, I'm going to come back and I see rotation, okay? So right off the bat, free safety goes here, okay? The problem on this particular play is where we would normally want to read this guy, backside to front side. We don't really and can't really read the backside anymore because we're not doing anything on the backside to hold this backside deep defender. So I don't really think about the inside seam as much on this particular play because we don't have anything to take away and to hold the backside. So really what I'm thinking about here is as they rotate down, I got to be thinking, okay, I'm going to see this window right here and I got to work my seam to my stop here. They get a good job. This guy grabs it. Perfect. So now I got to think seam first and then stop here and then down to my checkdowns. And so once again, as I'm over there, you see it right there. Okay, so we see this guy here and this guy here. And the seam, again, on this particular play, that's really all I'm thinking. I can't think this guy. So I've got to think these two combinations here to my checkdown. And so once again, there it is. Now, pressure's coming, okay, so I get it. No, maybe this didn't happen clear enough. Okay, no problem. But you see another huge opportunity there on the seam if he's got time to be able to get it out. And this is the other thing that I always have a problem with is, and I've talked about it a few times, is that the quarterback has to take a drop that matches the throw. What I mean by that is you see Justin Herbert is set right now. So when he's set, that tells me he should be ready to make one of these throws. And he's setting to a particular throw. So if he's setting this quickly, then the ball needs to come out that quickly. Okay? It needs to come out right now. So to me, he's got to be seeing this seam this quickly because he shortened his drop to get the ball out. And by shortening the drop, we bring more pressure to ourselves. Okay, so he's dropped, he's set. Okay, you're set right here. Ball should come out, one hitch it and get it to the next guy or drop it to your back. And so, again, I think he's impatient with his drop. Needs to get a little bit more of a drop and let this thing play out so he's ready to make the throw. Otherwise, he's a little short in the pocket, which leads to that pressure up the middle and him going down, fumbling the football right there. Okay, so this is another one to me that was as much scheme-oriented as anything. Okay, so we're going to run this kind of like the last play. We're going to run a shallow, and then we're going to run an in right here. Okay, so again, I just came back and said, okay, what are we trying to do here? So we're running a corner out here. We don't have that because outside leverage. We're running a solo something here. We don't have that because there's all kinds of bodies there. And so really, to me, the conflict guy is going to be this guy right here. But look at, again, how tight these two guys are to each other. Okay? So they're stopping their routes and reading this, and they are 6 yards apart, 7 yards apart. Look at this guy. This guy's going, I got them both covered. Like, you can't throw it over me. And if you throw it under me, I'm going to make the play. There's just no spacing here whatsoever on this particular play. So I'm not sure what we're trying to do. Kurt, what would you do different? Okay, so what I would do different is if I'm trying to hit that, I'm going to widen this guy. I'm going to let him go deeper, and then I'm going to high-low off of that same defender, but I'm going to keep this guy out in the same window. So that guy has to cover high or low. If we send this guy shorter and quicker through there, he's going to pass him off because I can't throw it over him, like I said. So he's going to pass it off, and there's going to be another body backside. And so there is no place to go with this football with this kind of spacing. Like, where's Justin Herbert supposed to throw this ball? Now, he could just check it down to his shallow right here and get a completion, no problem. But there's really nobody open, and the spacing of these two guys, to me, is no good, very much like the out and the 13-yard stop route. There's no spacing between those two guys to give the quarterback a chance to fit it in there. Okay, here we come with the pressure again. Here we come with the pressure. Now he's getting the ball out. I like that. But quarterbacks, coaches, when you have a look like this, and they're going to run a double slant combination. They're going to run a double slant combination. So I see what Justin sees here. There's a lot of quarterbacks that do this. They're hot. They want to get the ball out quick. They see space between their inside slant and the defender there, and they want to take the inside slant, okay? I'm going to say don't do it. I'm going to say don't do it. When we run double slants, this is our primary guy anyways. The inside guy is more of a happening, okay? They bring pressure. They void the area. You know that you're going to be able to fit it in there and you can hit it on him. But the outside throw is always the easier throw when you've got soft off coverage, okay? It's more definitive. You know what's going to happen. And these guys on the inside always drive it faster. And so they meet the ball at the man way more often than you're going to see on the outside. So even if Justin hits this throw right here, look at the defender. Boom. He's right there. Even if we complete that, bang, he's going to get hit. There's going to be a guy that could conflict the throw. As the ball's getting there, boom, defender's getting there. Look at this one out here. It's a steal. It's easy. I know exactly what I'm going to get because you throw this against air all the time. It's an easy, simple, off corner, easy throw to the outside. Just because it's hot doesn't mean we can't throw the outside one because that's the easier throw and the bigger play more often. So come out and just take the easy one. I don't have to worry about a collision. I don't have to worry about all these bodies in here and somebody tipping the ball away. Throw it to the outside one, the primary throw on the particular play. You can get it out with hot timing, and that's where the big play is. Instead, he misses the inside one as he's trying to rush it, trying to figure out the angle, trying to beat the guy with the throw. Outside one is an easy opportunity. And again, it's a possible big play. Like, I don't know how far, but if we get this on him on time and he makes one guy miss, that's a house call. The inside slants, very seldom because you've got other bodies that are coming there. And as I said, this guy's always driving to be able to see that. Once you get inside, he's going to drive on that much easier than the outside corner does. And a missed opportunity right there against the blitz zero. Okay, so again, look how quickly he takes off. Like, where are we going and why are we leaving the pocket? There's another play where we're going to go double seam right here. Okay, so it's seam, seam. Okay, these might be goes or they might convert to goes against a cover two look. Okay, so this is back to the too high. Okay, so it's a too high look. So when I get a cover two look, we talked about it earlier, and we've got two go routes, we want to try to get a 2-on-1 off of one of these safeties. So anytime we get a Tampa 2 or a too high, we're going to try to get a 2-on-1, but we've got to read the circle guy first. Where does the circle guy go? He's our Tampa 2 middle linebacker. Which way does he turn? Okay, so watch him come off. There he goes. He turns his hips this way. Here's our 2-on-1 back to this side. And look, you see, Justin's already taken off. He's already leaving Impatient in the pocket. You tell me. There's a throw. There's a throw right here. Get him to go over there. This safety goes flying out this way. We got a shot. And again, maybe he does that because Justin is starting to throw it. But either way, we get this guy here. We're going to get a 2-on-1 off of this safety back here. But we ran ourselves into pressure. We took off early. Settle in the pocket. Get your drop. Settle. Nowhere to go. No need to go anywhere. Settle. Work this guy. Come back. Look to rip this. If this guy squeezes it, work to the outside. You've got that opportunity in front of you. Instead, another throwaway. All right, so again, just hesitation right here. Come back. Look, he sets everything as if he's going to throw it. Everything is set. He's got this out right here. Just take it. Just take it. There it is. Lay it to the boundary. You've got what you want. 12 yards, lay it on the boundary, and you're good to go. Again, just he sets like he's going to throw it. Then he comes back, tries to create, becomes another 1 or 2 yard gain. And then we're going to come back and we're going to have basically similar here. Okay, I like it. Take it. Okay, last time he didn't. He takes it this time, but now he misses it. Okay, get your feet. Okay, so feet are aimed this way, trying to throw it out here. Don't care how good you are. If your feet don't come with the throw, if they aren't lined up to the throw, so his feet are coming inside, now he's got to get away from his power and throw it with his arm. Ball gets away from him. Another missed opportunity here that would have moved the chains. All right, so that's what I saw, okay? That's why I said they're going to be sick when they go watch this particular game, because there were opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, throw after throw, things that I've seen Justin do. Pretty good protection for the most part up front on those opportunities. But that to me is, if I'm going back and watching the film, man, I'm going to be sick to my stomach that there are so many things out there that I just let get away from me if I'm Justin Herbert, because I was playing impatient. Again, human nature. I've been hit a lot, right? I expect pressure, okay? That's human. You got to fight that urge when you're playing the position, or games like this are going to get away from you.